What's up, everybody? Last week we got Season 26 of Apex Legends, so you know what that means. It's time to rank things by tiers. We already did the Legend tiers and the Long Range tiers, so I'll link those down below if you want to go check those out. Today we are ranking my Close Range tiers. Remember, this is my opinion. Argue in the comments if you want. We can have a healthy debate. Or if you want to come argue live, Twitch is linked down below. If you want to see me play Apex, Warzone, New Game, Single Player Sundays, whatever, that is linked down below. As well as all my social medias, my single player channel, my car social medias, and my car YouTube channel. If any of that interests you or you want to support me anywhere else, I really do appreciate the support anywhere. And then I will also link this tier maker down below if you want to make tiers for yourself. But with that being said, let's go ahead and make these tiers. So we did long range already. We're focusing on close range today, as I said. 30-30, especially because you can skull pierce, is a little bit better than it was close range, but anything that's semi-automatic single fire is typically not great at long range unless we're talking like akimbos, the akimbo weapons for the most part, or skull piercer. The alternator, you're never going to get me to hate on the alternator. It's so good to land on. It's one of the best weapons to land on because it's got a bigger mag and its damage per mag is good. Obviously, when things are kitted long range, it starts to suffer a bit because it just doesn't have the TTK of like an R9 car, Volt, Prowler. But it's great to land on. It's always going to be high up there for me. The bow check, get the bow check out of here. If it still had shatter caps, we're talking differently about it, but it doesn't even have shatter caps, so get it out of here. The car, I am certainly not a big car fan. I'm not a big car or R9 fan, which I know is a bit of a hot take. I just don't like the way they feel, but, you know, I can't deny that they are good weapons. The charge rifle, the point of the charge rifle is to be as far away as possible because you get more damage. The Devo is still so disgusting up close. Despite them nerfing it and reducing the reverse hipfire on LMGs even more, it's still so good up close. Really don't want to put it ahead of the alternator, but I kind of have to. The EVA 8, even with its nerfs, still really good. I would argue that it's maybe the best shotgun in the game from maybe a consistency standpoint. It's really, really good. The Flatline has always been weirdly good up close. I feel like it beams more than the alternator, and it's easier to use up close than these other weapons. The Devo is falling because of the reverse hipfire nerf that it got. Otherwise, it would be higher than the Flatline. G7 is also terrible up close. I would rather use it than the 30-30, though. The Havoc desperately needs a turbocharger back on it, but it's still really good up close. Definitely not as good. With the delay, you lose fights if you don't know how to play that delay, so I'm going to put it at the bottom of A tier. Hemlock is not great up close. Kraber, if you can't hit your headshots, is not great up close. The snipers are pretty much going to all land in D. The L-Star was broken a couple seasons ago, but the reverse hipfire nerfs have really hurt it up close. The longbow, it's just, you know what? It's going in C tier because it's semi-auto and not bolt action or the charge rifle or the stinky bow check. The Mastiffs are good. I'm not a shotgun person, so shotguns are going to rank usually pretty low. The Mozambiques, when they're akimbo, are still really good. The rise of the P20s kind of made people forget about how good the akimbo Mozambiques are. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and put them here. I'm going to put them behind the Havoc just because if you don't have akimbo, they're not great. They're actually pretty good to land on, but without akimbo, they're pretty weak overall. The Nemesis is fine, but with the ramp up, I don't love it up close. If it didn't have to ramp up, it would be higher up close for sure. The P20s have to fall some because of care package rarity, but getting them out of the care package, they're so good. I'm going to put them ahead of the Devo. The PK, people, I know how much people love the PK. I do not love the PK, but because most single Mozambiques aren't very good, I am putting the PK higher up. And in a really good player's hands, it's even higher up the list. But I try to do these lists thinking of all players and not just what the highest skill players are good with. The Prowler, I will die on the hill that the Prowler is the best SMG in the game, especially now that Select Fire is built in and you just have to earn enough hop-up points. I will die on that hill every time. That is the best SMG in the game. The R3 is surprisingly good up close. I'm going to put it just ahead of just behind the alternator. It is surprisingly always good up close. The R9, I know how much people love it. It burns ammo like crazy, and I don't love it. It's going to go down into A tier. The Devo is good up close when it's not charged. When it's charged, it's actually really good up close. I would argue it's up there with the Devo, but when it's charged, but because you have to charge it, it can't quite go up that high. We're going to put it behind the R3. The RE45s are just absolutely broken. It's got a little delay like the Havoc does, and it has a ramp up like the Nemesis does. But man, if you learn how to play it, is it good? It's got to go up in the S tier. The Sentinel's going just ahead of the Kraber because the Kraber's a care package weapon. The Spitfire is actually decent up close, especially on landing, but it's not great. I'm going to put it behind the Nemesis. Triple Take is not only care package, but it's a marksman rifle. It does have a little like 3-round burst, which has always made it kind of an emergency use shotgun. But because it's in the care package, I'm going to put it ahead of the 30-30. If the 30-30 had shatter caps, it would be ahead of it, but it doesn't. The Volt, I think overall, is actually better than the R9, personally. Because it's just so easy to shoot, but the R9 and the card do kill a little bit quicker. And then Wingman in the right hands is devastating, but I can't put it ahead of the Flatline. I've soured more and more on the Wingman, and I think people have too, because I've been seeing less and less of the Wingman lately. So that's going to be my short-range tiers. The RE45 is kind of broken, especially once you learn how to play the delay and the ramp-up. The Prowler with its built-in select fire, when you get enough hop-up points, is really good. I mean, select fire Prowler is always going to be high up there. The Volt is too easy to use, and it's easy to use into the mid-range to ignore it. The R9 kills super fast, but it is an ammo burner. And the car kind of has that ammo burner quality to it too, and isn't quite as good as the R9 in my mind. So that's going to be my close range rankings. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you like this type of content, Warzone content, game review content. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell if you want to see that content first. And like I said, all those links for my socials, Twitch, all that is linked down below, as well as this tier maker. But I will see you on World's Edge, not World's Edge, on Storm Point, Broken Moon, and Daytime E-District. Get frying. Have a good day. Bye.